All right, let's get started. Good afternoon. I'm so glad you're with me. Some of you actually have a relationship with me. You've known me for many years. Some of you have actually taken some of my classes, either the iFast track or maybe when I came in to Tennessee, I did an event and you showed up. Some of you have known me. But you may not know about this program we call the 8-week success bootcamp and why I designed it. First of all, this is not a new program. It's been around for about 8 years, but it's not something I publicize. It is something that I do 3 times a year for a small group of people, and it's usually a broker who brings me to their region. And in this case, it's Eddie. Eddie gave me a call a few months back. We chatted, and we were talking about, he says, I've heard about the boot camp. I've had a couple of my agents attend it. They really liked it. They feel like they're building their confidence and their knowledge through it. Do you think we can offer one to my agents? And I said, absolutely. And as I do that, sometimes a broker will say, can we add other people to participate? And then we put everybody together. The boot camp was designed for those who are either full-time in real estate or aspire to be full-time. It is not a walk in the park. Let me put it this way. The difference between this program and everything I do, this one has accountability. So if you're going to choose to do this, you cannot be an observer of the course. You have to be a participant in the course. You will be doing things. So let me get into the mindset of it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time telling you who I am. Most of you know I'm a mindset trainer with Exit. Most of you know I'm a prospecting coach. I'm not going to spend time in there. But I do want to let you know right now, for those of you I'm new to, I tend to be out there. I tend to be very expressive. I don't work for everyone. Some people don't like it. Some people go, whoa, 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 back off, man. And I totally get it. But I can't help it. It is who I am. My background is marketing, but my real background is mathematics. I used to be a professor of mathematics at UCLA. And people going, mathematics, real estate, why the two? Yeah, that's a whole other story. If you go to YouTube, you'll find out why I do what I do. But one thing I've learned is that for me, success is a checklist. Let me put it another way. Success is a recipe. If you follow the recipe just right, you'll get results. Now, you can experiment with the recipe. So if you know how to put together an apple pie and you know how to bake an apple pie, let's say you know, well, you can experiment from time to time and add stuff to it, but there are some fundamentals that you cannot ignore. Success in real estate comes with a checklist. If you look at the times you did very well, you were not winging it. You had a system. You were working your business a certain way. Now, are you inspired from time to time to succeed? Yes, but inspiration is not something you can replicate. What you can replicate are checklists, systems, methods. So to help you today follow along, I'm giving you a URL. That URL, if you have not gone to it, some of you have already registered, so you don't have to go there because you've been there. But those of you who are new to this, write down that URL, bit.ly, 8W for 8 week, April, because we start in April 2021. That URL will have the requirement, the registration, additional videos. It will have this video as well. So if you need to share this with other colleagues, I will be adding videos to it like this one. But that video, that URL will have everything you need for the course. Let's get to work. Here's 2 questions I ask myself. Why is it that about 75 to 80% of all real estate is done about 20 to 25% of agents? What is it about the 20 to 25 agents? What do they know that the rest don't know? Why is it that some of them never transition to becoming listing agents? They know that the game is in listings. They know that success in real estate requires becoming a listing agent. But why is it that some do it and some don't? These two questions have illuminated my career as a coach, as a trainer. And the reason I've realized that success is a checklist, because I tested it. I've given it to the people like Mike. And I said, hey, Mike, try this. And then Mike goes, that worked. I got a listing. Let me do it again. And let me do it again. And let me do it again. See, this is not, you're not being tested on. I've been doing this for 20 years. So I personally believe, Eddie, that every agent within Exit is capable of earning a bronze award. Now, what do I mean by a bronze award? I don't know if you know this. Some of you may not know this because you may be new. If you end up at the end of the year with 25 transactions, you win a bronze award. And the bronze awards start accumulating, and then it goes from bronze to silver, and then you go up from there. See, for me, each agent is capable of doing 25 transactions a year. But it's not just knowledge, Tony. It's not just what you know. It's what you do regularly. It is the time blocking. It is the implementation of the ideas that matters. So let's look at it. Whether you want to call it fishing, Sheena, whether you want to call it hunting, I call it prospecting. Prospecting is the consistency of asking for business. So when Mark goes out there fishing in the middle of the ocean, he is prospecting. Those who wait for business to come to them, they tend to struggle the most. Those who learn how to fish do much better. So here's what you need to ask yourself. Am I simply an order taker? If Kelly is a good order taker, will she make some money? Absolutely. Will she make the money she wants? I don't know. In real estate, you got to be a prospector. You got to go get the listing. And if when Kelly goes out there and gets sales and listings, which we call prospecting, she's controlling her business. She's controlling how she makes money for her family, for herself, for the people she cares about. There are 5 areas that need to become extremely focused on if you're going to do this full time. Area number 1, how to become an entrepreneur. The entrepreneurial mindset, how to think about your business, matters a lot. In fact, let me share with you guys a book. Let me find it. Sometimes I have them hiding. Oh, there it is. This one right here. I think every agent should read this book called The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. I'll say it again. The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. The E stands for entrepreneur. You are no longer getting paid for the hours you work. I don't care whether you work 20 hours, 60 hours, or 100 hours. You don't get paid by the hour. You get paid for the results you create. And the sooner that clicks in your mind, the sooner you're going to succeed in real estate. The entrepreneurial mindset, some people don't have it developed. It takes a while. If you've worked in corporate America, they want to give you benefits and they want to give you per hour. And they'll say, hey, Mike, we'll give you a raise, a $2 raise so you can stick around. But who controls what you make? They do. See, now, Mike, you're the boss. You control what you do. So developing the mindset of an entrepreneur is step 1. Step 2, consistency of prospecting. Prospecting in a consistent manner. How often do we prospect, Tony? We prospect every single day. Do we feel like it sometimes? Probably not. Should we do it anyway? Yes. We need to eat the broccoli of real estate, or the Brussels sprouts, whatever you want to call them, and it's called prospecting. The third area, you don't want Tony to know how to prospect and then show up at the listing appointment and blow it. He needs to walk away with the listing. We call that controlling the listing presentation. But for all of this to make sense, you have to have good habits, and you have to time block. Time blocking simply means that there is a structure to your day. Let me give you this. 80% of all real estate agents, they wing it. They wake up in the morning and they say, how do I feel today? I feel good. Let me make some calls. Let's see how I feel. That's not real estate, dude. We don't do real estate when we feel like it. We do real estate every day with a system. The moment you develop better habits and better time blocks, you have better results. And the last one is developing confidence. The ability to not fall apart when somebody says no to you. The ability to have what's called mental toughness. By the way, all of these 5 areas are skills. Some people think people are born with it. Like Matthew is born a realtor. It's possible that he has a lot of these qualities. But for me, here's what I've seen. Developing the success in real estate is actually a skill. There are things you need to do to become a better skilled person. So if you think about it this way, if you wanted to become somebody who rides horses and does it well, what do? You have to do it and do it and do it. And you may get some coaching. If you wanted to become a master in karate, what do? You go to a dojo and you learn how to do it. These areas that I'm talking about, these 5 areas, are areas of skill. We need to stop, Eddie, thinking that some people are born to real estate and others aren't. Oh, by the way, there's another fallacy. There's this belief, if you're an I personality, you are going to do well in real estate. If you're an S personality, you'll be timid and you're not going to do well. That is false. It doesn't matter whether you're a D, an I, or an S, or a C. By the way, those of you who don't know the DISC system, it's simply a type of personality profile. I have seen agents who are S personalities, which is they tend to be reserved, and they make more money than people who have an I personality. It's not your personality that creates results. It's your skills. We need to start thinking of business or real estate as a skills business. So when I was designing this, I was thinking, what makes people skilled? Well, you put them in a boot camp. I used to be a professor of mathematics. I found that my students, when they came to my classes at first, they did not understand differential equation. By the end of the semester, they understood it. Why? Because they were in a class where I was teaching them the skills of understanding differential equation. So real estate for me is exactly the same. But one thing I've learned, you can't do it in one day. Mike can understand everything I say and not do well in real estate, because knowledge in real estate is not sufficient. In real estate, you have to do the work. You have to pick up the phone and make the calls. You have to go door knocking. You have to learn the scripts. You have to engage people. You have to leverage social media. You have to leverage lead generation. You have to know what to say when you have an objection. It's a skill set. So knowledge, we have a lot of people in real estate who are knowledgeable, but they are not making money. You know why? Because they're not applying what they're learning. So this boot camp was designed as an accountability program. So not only are you in class to learn what to do, You'll be working with the 20 to 24 people I have in a group. This is why I only have a small group. 20 to 24 people, you'll be working with them to get your skills better. And guess what happens? The more you do something, the better you get at it. Let me give you another way of looking at this. When you have good business habits, time is your friend. Time is an ally. When you have bad habits, time is your enemy. Have you met those people who complain about time? They don't have enough of it, or they hate it, or something changed today. It's usually their bad habits that keep them from doing what they want. See, for me, time is a type of fertilizer. If you have good habits and you put them in time, they give you results. If you have bad habits and you put them with time, you get excuses. This is why I recommend everyone to read this book. Let me find it. Where did it go? It's hiding from me. Oh, there it is. I didn't mean to give you my back. It's called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. Some of you have read it. And if you have, give me a thumbs up, because you know that this book is about the mindset of No Excuses by Brian Tracy. In fact, it's one of the books I recommend for those of you when you join one of the requirements of joining this class is that you're going to pick a book and read it. I don't make you choose a book, but I recommend possibly this book. Here's what we found. The moment you don't allow excuses to run your life, results start happening. It is called the power of self-discipline. It's not the power of discipline. If I take Tony, I cannot make Tony do anything. You know who can make Tony do stuff? Tony. He has to do it. He has to tell himself, time's up, let's get to work. So guess what? If you find yourself having too many excuses, ask yourself, is it possible that it's not me? Is it possible that I have bad habits that I need to tweak? I need to go to good habits, because good habits will help me get what I want. Let me give you another statistics. In the United States, we have 2 million licensed agents. Of those 2 million licensed agents, we have 1.3 million realtors. In the United States, Mike, we only do 5 to 5.3 million listings a year. That's all she wrote. By the way, people think, oh, when an agent comes in, he can create more listings. No, she doesn't. No, he doesn't. The listings are already there. Mike has to grab his share. So you need to think of it this way. You need to think about real estate as a number of transactions. In the United States, we do 5 to 5.3 million listings. That's it. That's all she wrote. Tony has to grab his 20 or his 10. Well, I don't know how many Tony wants. But whatever Tony wants, he has to grab his share. And if you can understand that, I'm going to tell you some bad news, Eddie. We only need 500,000 agents. So why don't we pick those 500,000 agents and have them be exit agents who are prospectors? Because everybody else is trying to be an order taker. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the one catching the fish? Or do you want to be the one cleaning the fish? That's the metaphor you need to be thinking about. If you think that those who catch the fish get to partake in the transaction, they tend to do much better. Now some of you are going, but Key, I'm new. I don't know what to do. Don't worry. We will show you what to do. But it's your job to step up and say, okay, let me make a decision. I am not an order taker. I'll take orders from time to time. That's fine. But I am a prospector. If you simply wrote that and started working towards that mindset, you will always do well in real estate. See, this boot camp is the fruit of 16 years of doing what I call one-on-one coaching. By the way, it's not something I publicize either. Some of you don't even know I do this. Even Tony, who's known me for years, did not know about the boot camp. He kept asking me, what is it? What's different about it from the other stuff I participated in? The boot camp is a combination of coaching, accountability, creating a good plan, creating a good mindset for your business, and working with other people. You have to be collaborative. I consider this as a mentoring, coaching, training. There's a lot of training where you're an observer. So Mike can just watch a webinar, go, okay, I'm gone. No, this one is not like that. In this one, there's only 24 people, and we interact and we do exercises, and there are assignments that are daily, which are easy to do. There are assignments that are weekly, which are heavy to do, but they're all meant to get you out of your comfort zone, to get you to become a better prospector, a better listing agent. Now, do you have to give up being a buyer's agent? No, you don't. But shouldn't you balance your business? Shouldn't you control how you're going to earn a living? See, for me, this program, like the program I'm doing right now, people ask me, who's usually sign up? I have 5 brokers. I have about 10 to 15, 2-3 years agent, and I have about 5 or 6 new agents. Anybody can participate because this business called real estate, you control it. There's only one thing I cannot control, Mark. The thing I can't control, Mark, is the desire. You know, that burning desire to succeed, that feeling that I want to do well, I want to do better, I want to go to the next level. I can't control that. The agent has to bring that about. If you don't have that passion to succeed, I cannot motivate you to succeed. But if you said, I don't know what to do, can you show me and I will do the work? Come on in, let's get to work. So you have to be coachable. You have to be collaborative. So if Mike said to me, Key, I want to take the course, but I don't want to talk to any other agents. I don't like agents. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I'll say, Mike, sorry, you can't be in this class because you'll have to work with other people. You have to collaborate. Collaboration actually is good for you. Some of you don't realize it. A lot of you are very loners. Yes, you can do this business alone, but during the boot camp, you have to collaborate. You'll find out that there are other skills that you will develop. Now, let me give you some mechanics before I give you a chance to ask questions. There are 8 Fridays in a row. It's the first class, the first physical class is April the 9th. We start at 9 a.m. Eastern, which is 8 a.m. Central. We go until 12:30 p.m. Eastern, which is 11:30 a.m. Eastern. I recommend, and I highly recommend, that you take it either from your office as a group, if you can, but if you can't, you can take it as an agent from your own home office, but you need to prepare your family not to bother you because we'll be working for 3.5 hours. Each session is 3.5 hours. You will have daily easy homework. You will have weekly homework. You'll have accountability numbers to track, and you have to track the requirements. The topics I'm going to be covering, I'm putting them on the screen. I'm not going to go to all of them. When I tell you I cover everything, I mean I cover everything. I cover scripts on what to say on the phone, scripts on what to say door to door, scripts on what to say at the events. I cover how to put together a proper listing presentation. I cover how to put together your own daily time blocking business. I cover how to run your business as a businessman or woman. I cover what is internet marketing, how do you create leads on the internet. I cover how to do mailers that are what's called EDDM marketing. I cover every aspect of it. Well, you should expect that. This is why it's 8 weeks. It's not a one-day training. It's a long period of training. Now, the requirements are very strict. Please read them before you register. I'm not going to go over them, but I've given you the flyer, so some of you have already read them. Let me tell you what else you're going to do. In order to be invited to the course, you will register. So, for example, Tony registered. When Tony registered, I'm going to go and give him a call. He received an email from me telling him that I'm going to be calling him and we're going to do a one-on-one interview. After we finish the one-on-one interview, I give him an assignment. The first assignment is called creating a vision with the questionnaire. He's given 3 to 4 days to work on it, then sends it back to me and we'll discuss it. Then I will send him another assignment called putting together your inbound marketing visibility, your bio. It's a simple assignment. I'll give you about 2-3 hours to work on it. I give you 2 to 3 days to finish it, and then you send it back to me. Then I give you another 2 videos to watch on developing the mindset of internet marketing. Once you complete all 3 assignments, then I invite you to come to the course and join us in the course. Now remember, I only take 24 people at a time. So for example, Eddie, if somebody registers the day before the class, will they be in the class? Probably not. How about if they register 2 days before? Probably not. And I'm going to tell you this, Eddie. 3 days before the course, there would be a flood of people going, "Hey, I want to join. I just found out that Mike is doing the class. I want to hang out with Mike." I'm like, "Nope, sorry, too late." Now, those who benefit from the course are people who register 2 to 3 weeks prior to the course and they do the assignment. What is the cost? The cost is $375. I give you a library of video on top of the classes that you're doing with me. Each class comes with a handout that has about 20 to 30 pages. So when you finish the course, you end up with a binder that's about 2-3 inches thick. Usually the course is $1,000. When there is a broker from Exit participating, that diffuses the cost and it goes down to $375. Now, what should you know? Some brokers, like Eddie, offer additional incentives, meaning that if you do the course and you do it correctly and you do the best in the course and you end up with the certificate of completion, your brokerage will pay you back through your closings about $100 or $200 per closing for your listings to encourage you. So for many of you, this course will cost you nothing if you do it right. Now, some of you are going, "Why doesn't my broker just pay for it and then I'll show up?" Here's what we found. When you don't have skin in the game with this program, you don't do well because you never stepped up and paid for it. So are there concerns for some of you? Sure. Should you consider doing this? I don't know. But instead of me going too deep, why don't I give you a chance to ask questions? You can go to the chat function and write me a question, or you can just unmute your mic and ask me a question. Again, it's 8 weeks. 2 weeks prior, you'll be doing some assignments. 2 weeks after, you'll be doing what's called completion. So really the program, when you think about it, Eddie, is 3 months. Any questions, comments, fears, worries, things you want me to clarify? Again, you can ask me a question via microphone, or you can go to the chat function and write your question. Yes, Tony.
Well, I was thinking, from what I read, if you miss one, you're out, right?
Correct. That's one of the requirements. Okay. Well, if there's no question, hopefully I explained it well. Let me end with this success idea. For me in life, sometimes we wait for tomorrow because tomorrow has a better answer. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you are with what you have, with whatever tools you have, and then make those tools better. Sometimes by just getting started, you're almost there at the finish line. By the way, one of the ways to solve problems is by writing them down. So if you need clarity on this program, you can call me, you can text me. I've given you the URL. Hopefully, I've done a good job enough to explain it. And I really thank you for being with me. And I really want to thank Eddie for supporting this program for his agents. I can't wait to see you in the boot camp. If you want to find out how others have done in the boot camp, go to social media or Google me. There are hundreds of testimonials. So I'll let you do the research and do your due diligence. But thank you for being with me. I look forward to seeing you in class. Take care, everybody.